How many of you know someone who is struggling with mental illness? Maybe it's a friend, a family member, or even a celebrity. Now imagine the only place that they could find treatment was in jail. My name is Claire, and my issue is a lack of access to mental health care. I'm a credible source because when I was in high school, a girl on my cross-country team attempted suicide due to her lack of access to antidepressants and therapies. This issue is important to our collegiate community because it is the dim fate many of our peers could meet. Our own friends and family could become homeless, hospitalized, or even thrown in prison. My thesis is there is a shortage of accessible mental health care, and it has become a crisis. In this speech, I will 1. Cover how mental health care has become so decrepit in the United States, and 2. How mentally ill individuals get entangled in the justice system. Now, I'm sure many of you are familiar with American Horror Story or other scary movies that draw a pop culture reference to the asylums of the early 1900s. Where these asylums end is where my story begins. According to The Atlantic magazine on June 8, 2015, President Kennedy closed all asylums in 1963 in order to open 1,500 new facilities. Sadly, only half of these opened, and funding was cut largely over the years. This left many individuals with nowhere to go but the streets. According to Mental Illness and Homelessness on July 2009, 20 to 25% of homeless individuals are dealing with mental illness. Besides on the street, many end up in the hospital. According to USA Today on May 12, 2014, 4% of emergency room visits are due to mental illness. And these are the lucky ones. They get a bed to sleep in and often a social worker that helps them find services. The unlucky ones end up getting thrown in prison. According to the New York Times on April 1, 2014, 40% of mentally ill adults have been arrested. This is exemplified in the fact that Cook County Jail in Chicago, Illinois is the largest provider of mental health care in the United States, according to the New York Times on February 8, 2014. Often these individuals are safer in jail. According to USA Today on May 12, 2014, mentally ill individuals are 16 times more likely to be shot by police. The statistics are alarming. 6% or 1 in 17 individuals struggles with a mental illness or mental health issue, according to Mental Illness and Homelessness on July 2009. This brings me to my thesis. There is a shortage of mental health care, and it has become a crisis. In this speech, I discuss 1. The history that led us to this current decrepit state of our healthcare system, and 2. How mentally ill individuals get entangled in the justice system. In closing, I believe that this is important because it is our present and future. Your lab partner could be that depressed man on the street in 30 years. In 20 years, the suicidal woman in the emergency room could be a family member of yours. And in 10 years, that anxious inmate in prison could be you.